Well, Christmas is nearly upon us, and in the spirit of festive cheer, trees done up like hookers, mindless goodwill to all men and all that glurgy bloody nonsense, I will admit that Shutter wasn't a terrible game. It just fucking played like one. The concept was that you took the role of a remote surveillance drone checking out complaints of mysterious activity at a secluded house. Your only point of contact was your handler, Barry, who may or may not be Barry Burton from Resident Evil. You took pictures of ghostly goings-on, wished them off to Barry, who would usually stare at them going, "Duh, what am I looking at?" until you moved your lens a micro fraction up or down to accommodate the game's emaciated hitboxes, before conceding that, yes, you had photographed something, but then basically accused you of being a liar and a fraud that was trying to trick him into believing in ghosts, rather than admit that someone of his abyssal mental deficiency being in charge of a computer makes about as much vocational sense as using a taser to enrage a baboon before locking it in the cockpit of a commercial airliner. The problems really start with the first screen of the game, which is just, fuck me, look at it. Have you ever seen anything as hideously indecipherable? It looks like you've dropped the telly. It looks like the kind of shit that pretentious bastards pretend to understand at an art gallery. Aside from what might conceivably be a battery icon in the top right, there's no visual reference point for anything. It's as if geometry itself has turned on you like a sick dog. What it's actually supposed to represent is the inside of a wooden crate as viewed through a fisheye lens, something you'll only work out once you blunder your way outside, into another fucking box. It's at this point you work out that Shutter is using fixed camera angles to keep track of the action, which is just a god-awful idea for reasons that will become apparent shortly. After banging around in the dark for 5 minutes, you accidentally manage to switch on the generator, and now the game lets you see the controls, after you've exhausted every button on your fucking keyboard trying to give yourself any advantage in understanding what the shrieking two-headed shit is happening to you. You do a spot of camera calibration to give Barry his jollies, and then it's off to actually begin the game properly. Have you ever suffered a tutorial as impenetrable as that? It's like it was directed by fucking Terrence Malick. Aside from how utterly frustrating it is to navigate, Shutter is an incredibly straightforward game. You drive your drone around the house, taking pictures of vaguely paranormal crap while Barry struggles to accomplish even the most basic facets of his job. Every now and again the game sends you back to your box so it can load some more unsettling furniture. On it goes. I mean, it's a decent concept and it's not completely unbearable, but I guess I must have just gotten fed up with it, or no, actually, I'll tell you why I stopped playing it. I just started watching Game of Thrones, so I took a quick break and ended up sitting through 3 seasons. That was back when this channel was a casual distraction for me. I'm far more determined now. Slide over. You fuck! I'm going to bed. Sometimes. So it turns out that I'd nearly finished Shutter anyway, which on the one hand is great because you'd think, hey, what a stress-free endgame this turned out to be. But on another far shittier hand, covered in blisters and nettle rashes with Christ knows what festering under its yellow fingernails, nearly finished implies that there's still at least one obstacle between you and sweet glory, and by God is it a festering plague bollock of an obstacle, swinging like a foul wrecking ball between the legs of Lucifer himself. The objective seems simple enough. You find yourself locked in a courtyard. A ghostly light floats towards you at speed. All you have to do is take a picture of that light, and you win. Simple, eh? Step right up, only $5 a shot. Now, let's examine how somebody could take that concept and beat it with brontosaur dicks until it made you renounce any god that would allow such wanton cruelty. The view of the courtyard is divided between 3 fixed camera angles so that you're never sure where the light is coming from. When it appears, it propels itself out of one of the walls and flies straight at you, disappearing the moment it makes contact. But why not hang about on one screen until it spawns out of the wall you can see it from, I hear you cry? Because it moves just as fast as you do at a sprint, and it takes 4 seconds to charge up a camera shot. So by the time you've seen it, it's already too fucking late. You'll never have enough time to pull the shot off by the time it reaches you. Why not just stay in first person mode and look for it? Because surprise of fucking surprises, first person mode drains your battery, and if it goes flat, you won't have enough juice left to take the picture anyway. Are you starting to see the hopelessness of this situation? The blind fucking luck you need to progress? If not, don't worry, there's more. None of this would be as bad if the light was constantly appearing and reappearing, but once it disappears it can take nearly half a minute to come back, so you wind up just wandering around the courtyard holding your dick or whatever the surveillance drone equivalent is, your AV cable or whatever, waiting for the fucking thing to grace you with an appearance. And when you finally line everything up, get a comfortable distance away and snap irrefutable proof that the worlds of the living and the dead have merged right here in this rain-soaked miserable garden in the middle of arse knows where, it's just not fucking good enough. Look at that. What in the all-singing, all-dancing, line-kicking, crotch-thrusting, top-hatted fuck is wrong with that? You want to know? You really want to know? I didn't get a close-up of his fucking shins. There we go. That's the shot we wanted. Never mind the earth-shattering photograph of a levitating corpse I just sorted you out with. Let's use this blurry close-up of a pair of trousers instead. You know, if I contracted a security firm to find out why my house was being vandalised and they came back to me with a photo of a pair of pants, I'd have them trapped and sent back to the fucking circus they escaped from. What sort of organisation is this? It doesn't even make any sort of narrative sense, and I'll show you exactly why as we walk through Shutter's epilogue. So, defeating the ghost unlocks a shed that you can go in and photograph a skeleton. Now you can only see it if you switch to first person mode, meaning that there's no external camera there, meaning that the entire game has been played through the visual range of fixed CCTV placements. Now let's ponder that for a moment. Who the fuck are you playing as? Is the drone sentient? Is it self-aware? Or are you an external controller, parked up outside the house somewhere, monitoring all of this crap in a van? If so, why don't you just get out the goddamn van and do it yourself? Where is this fucking place? Chernobyl? Is the air toxic? Are my teeth gonna fall out if I go near it? Well, you get the answer to that when the drone gets kidnapped by a ghost and, wait for it, you get out of the van to go get it. It's all been pointless. The terrible controls, the constant software updates, Barry's incompetence. It could have all been solved in mere minutes if you'd just done it all yourself. The only possible reason that you'd send in a surveillance drone in the first place is to monitor the situation, and seeing as it's not armed or even a mild threat to possible intruders, but the entire house is rigged from arse crack to tit flap with fucking CCTV. So what is the purpose of any of this? What? And I mean, the worst part about it is that all of Shutter's most glaring flaws disappear the minute you play as an actual human being. I mean, sure, it's not amazing, it won't appear on any Game of the Year shortlist, but it's not bad. I mean, I understand that the entire hook of Shutter, its entire novelty, was that you play as a camera on wheels, but when that novelty blatantly obstructs the true potential for the game, don't you think it's time to head back to the drawing board? Anyway, she waits until you get to the grave in the courtyard before she does you in the head with a shovel because, you know, why dig another? And that's it. That's your lot. Another ration of post-weekend gutter vomit disguised as entertainment, taken to the guillotine for the good of us all. There's only 3 left now, so tune in next time to see what happens when the arse-backwards game-killing keyboard controls of Ted by Dawn get the boot in favour of my brand spanking new gamepad. Here's a hint. It gets its shit fucked up. Have a wonderful Christmas, lovelies. I'll see you soon.